Okay, did you miss me? No, but did you miss this? I'm pointing at the microphone. I'm assuming you missed the microphone. Did you miss the sound of my wonderful creamy voice? Yeah, I listen to the videos after I make them, and oh my god, the sound on that laptop sounded like crap. But yeah, now I'm back. My lovely Blue Yeti is here. Everything's cool. 1080p, lovely webcams right there. Everything's good. Oh yeah, everything is good. Well, I have a lot of things to talk about the trip still, and we have about a week before we'll get back to normal schedule. I'm using this both as an MIT aftermath and as well as going update on what we're going to do from now on. So what we're going to do from now on is exactly what we did before. That's pretty much it. But it's going to start probably next week, for the simple reason that this week I'm still jet lagged as hell. I went to sleep at like 11 and I slept till 12. I slept 13 hours. And I'm really tired and everything's weird and my eating schedule is weird and it's 7 hours difference, so yeah. But I am back. The flight was absolutely terrible. Why are you asking me that? It's obvious it was terrible. It was 11 hours. But yeah, so let's do the aftermath. Holy crap, it was a lot of fun. And what I'm actually going to show you is pictures. There are roughly 150 there are roughly or exactly 168 pictures to show you. So this might take a little bit of a while. I'm going to show you pretty much all the pictures that I took. Some of them are with other people. Whatever, I don't really mind, and I hope those people don't really mind as well, because there's not a lot of them. There are very little pictures of me, because I don't actually... The reason people take pictures these days is for self-glorification. You know, taking a selfie. I don't do that, because I take pictures for the old reason, remembering stuff. So I'm gonna show you the pictures of the things that I took, and I don't need my face in them because I was the one taking the picture. Okay, so I'm gonna show you pictures of everything no, I don't know if everything, of stuff that I took pictures of, mostly after people started yelling at me you should take pictures, and some of them do have me in them, I guess, towards the later stages, because people say, hey, you should be in some of the pictures. Fine, whatever, I don't care. So, that. On top of that, before we get into the actual pictures and the actual part, a little bit of an update. We're going to start things next week for the simple reason that, again, I'm still jet lagged, and the international is also happening for Dota 2. I'll have at least 1 or 2 videos of talking about the international later this week. The finals are on Saturday, and there are stuff actually starting like a little while ago. The stream started. Holy crap, I should finish this damn video and go watch it. But yeah, it's happening right now, and I'm going to spend as much time as I can watching that. And one more thing about the game itself that came out of that whole workshop. There are a little bit of IP issues, and I'm not entirely sure what I could do with it. I could definitely show you a video of it. There should be no problem whatsoever. But I don't know if I could put it up on my website so you can play it. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I will know eventually, and at that point, if yes, I will let you know through the standard means of Twitter, Facebook, and my videos. So please follow up on that if you want to, and if not, you'll be able to at least see the gameplay, and I'll probably release a video of just the gameplay, and a video, which we already have because we needed one, and a video of me explaining through gameplay of what's up, because I do have it on my computer, obviously, because I made it. So yes, without further ado, that was 4 minutes. Holy crap, this is going to take 20 fucking hours. Let's look at the pictures. And yes, I am using Windows Photo Viewer, because screw you, that's what I'm using, because that's what I have, and I'm not a picture-taking person. I don't have any cool picture-taking program, so I just double-click them, and this is what I have open, so shut up. Anyway, oh my god, there's so many stories. This could take like hours. If it'll take too long, I'll do a second part. I'm lying, I probably won't. It'll probably be one long video. So, cranes at the Status Center. The Status Center is a center at MIT. It is a really giant, weird building full of colors. All the designers say, oh my god, it was designed with this guy and has all kinds of crazy stuff and it's so cool, oh my god, oh my god. All the functional people, read programmers, say the building is a piece of crap for the simple reason that it is a piece of crap. It is really, really hard to find yourself in there, and there's all kinds of rooms and I have no idea what the hell's going on, and I'm going to put on my air conditioning because it's getting hot in here, because I totally forgot that it does get hot in here because I have lights. but I have an air conditioner as well. So there's all kinds of stuff in there, and it's a really weird building, but this was just kind of cool for me because I like paper cranes and origami and all that shit. I don't like doing it, I like looking at it. So this was cool. Yeah, that was picture number 1. It took a minute. We're never leaving. So, this is Gregory, the guy I work with making Ambi, and also worked with in this case. I finally have a picture of him. That's Gregory. Anyway, we were below a bridge, and there are awards there for all kinds of sporting events. It was weird. The one Gregory's currently holding has the Darth Vader face on it. This was weird, so we took a picture of it, which, according to what I understand, is what you're supposed to take a picture of. Weird stuff. Anyway, that is a prototype of our game. I think it's like the ending of the first week. That's a prototype of our game. You'll get to see the game eventually, but this is a prototype of it, which is really cool. We did a ton of paper prototyping. We actually did only paper prototyping for the entirety of the first week, and we made like, I don't know, 6, 7 different games. This was the one that actually got to serious playtesting, and eventually we made this on the computer. Clearly it looks a little bit different on the computer, but yeah, it was really cool. You could see like the sockets. You can see my mouse, right? Yeah. So you can see the sockets, the worlds, and you can see points of interest and stuff. And it was cool. We'll get to it. So this is walking on the bridge. We were actually at Cambridge, and there's a giant bridge, and then you're in Boston. So we're walking towards Boston right now, and it's a very long, deceptively long bridge. That's Gregory trying to duck the picture because he hates people taking pictures of him. But yeah, this is on the bridge, just showing you just Boston. I don't know why I took it. I just did. This is another one, and this is another one. There's a big river, and it's cool. So the left side on this picture, that side on this picture is the Cambridge, and the skyline side is Cambridge, where MIT is, and the other side is Boston itself. So this is the living room. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot. Yeah, my phone, I suck at taking pictures in general, but my phone, for some reason, when I click, it says, I took the picture, but it lies. It actually takes like 2 more seconds of me needing to hold the picture until it stabilizes and processes it and makes it nice. So the grand majority of pictures that you're going to see are completely out of focus because I suck. And that's just, you're going to have to deal with it. I don't actually care that much because this allows me to remember, and I don't need for it to be really pretty. This is the living room at our dorms, which is probably the nicest place at our dorms. It's just really nice. And we actually worked, my computer's over here, and this is Gregory's computer, and we worked on Ambi a little bit over the weekend. It was just a really pleasant place. Unfortunately, it was also boiling hot, so we didn't spend a lot of time in there. The dorms are really ridiculously hot, even if it's cool outside. So we didn't actually spend a lot of time in here. But we did spend some, and it was very nice. As you can see, it's a very Victorian little thing. I don't know, whatever. This is Gregory sleeping, because it made me laugh. Also, it's in focus, because focus. So this is from the roof of the dorm that we were in. Again, just shots of places. There's also like people practicing, and I took like a couple more, but I deleted them because they sucked. This is just walking around along Mass Ave. Mass Ave is kind of the main street that we were in the entire area, kind of like the big main street, except for the other street called Main Street. There was a street called Main Street, and there was a street called Massachusetts Avenue. So Mass Ave runs through, I'm assuming the entirety of Massachusetts, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, ran through where we were, and this building made me laugh because whenever you say something is proof, like fireproof, you can't see the P. There's a P, I assure you. But Metropolitan Storage Warehouse Fireproof. When you say something is fireproof, it's got to be a fire. There wasn't, as far as I know, but it made me laugh, so I took a picture of it. And I also walked here like 1,000,000 times over, so whatever. And it's red bricks, which I really like. I don't know, for some reason, I don't care about architecture too much. I'm not a designy person, I'm not an artistic person, but I like red brick houses. I don't know. This is what, I took very little pictures. Okay, this is probably the first picture ever of me taking of my food, and there's like 2 more of them, I think. This is just what I ate every day. Silk almond dark chocolate, which is like heaven for me, and granola. And there was different types of granola. And I later found out that this one is like not amazing, but never mind. Anyway, this was what I ate every day, and it was so good, and I enjoyed it so much. Holy crap. This bowl I bought at Goodwill for 85 cents. Goodwill, in case you're unfamiliar with America, is I didn't know. I'm not trying to be condescending. I didn't know what Goodwill was. Just letting you know that it is a secondhand store. So you could just there's all kinds of crap and it costs like almost nothing. So it costs 85 cents to find this bowl, and then I gave it a thorough washing, and then I used it. And this is just a spoon from a hardware store. And those are the two things that we bought. I think those are the only two things that I bought, like kitchenware, and that's already. Oh, and knives. We also bought knives to like tiny little knives to bite to cut stuff, but whatever. This is a head crab from Half-Life 2 and 1, I guess. But actually, this is Wi-Fi, and they were throughout the entirety of MIT. There is, just in the area of MIT in every single building, there's a bunch of these giving you free Wi-Fi. And there's so many of these, and it was just really cool that you just have Wi-Fi. One of the reasons why I never had a SIM, so I could never do calls, is that I always had Wi-Fi. So I always had Wi-Fi, so I didn't really need a SIM, so I just, whatever. But these are the things, and they look kind of like head crabs, so it made me laugh, so I took a picture of it. This is in the game lab, and I took a bunch of pictures in the game lab, but they all came out completely crappy, terrible quality, unfocused. So I took some much later on, but these were actually in focus at the time of me taking them, so we'll see them more. Also, the name of the thing, maybe you could see it if you're full screened and you're watching in 1080p, then you can see the names that I gave these things. And yeah, I did actually go over each and every one of them and name them. If there's like less than 200 pictures, I just go over them and name them because I like naming them. But I am going through all of the pictures in the order they were taken. So I'm going through by date, actually. I didn't say that at the beginning, I should have. But yeah, I'm going by date. So, these are books. They're all about gamey stuff and game development, and that's awesome. This is less in focus, but they're also about all kinds of stuff like that. Game design, patterns in game design, designing virtual worlds, classic home video games, and rapid development. All kinds of cool stuff. I went over all of them and took a lot of ones that I wanted to actually read. But yeah, it was cool. So, fireworks. This was taken... Guess! Oh, come on, you gotta guess. It was the 4th of July. So, it says... Oh, no, it does say 4th of July. I was looking at the date and I was like, am I on the 3rd of July? No, that doesn't make any sense. This is the 4th of July. 4th of July fireworks. I took exactly 2 pictures of the fireworks. It was like a 30-minute firework display. Why did I take 2 pictures of them? I don't know. I guess to remind me that there was this thing, so I should talk about it. But I could have just taken 1 and I took 2. I'm not sure why, because they're distinctly different, if you'll notice. Because it's just like, snap a picture, I'll remember to talk about this. But then I took 2, and I don't know why, I just cannot recall. Maybe because I was so drunk. Yeah, I wasn't even remotely, I didn't drink any. Anyway, MIT Museum, you're going to see a lot of pictures, and they're going to be completely out of focus, but they're all going to be of robots, except for the ones that aren't, but they're all going to be of robots. Polaroid, there's just a lot of camera stuff. It was cool, so I took a picture of it. This is so in focus, but it's basically, oh look, GLaDOS, right? Because it's like from above and it's like a hand. It's actually a hand, but it has a lot of stuff. And MIT is Institute of Technology, so everything is robots. They're actually really interesting reading through the entire area. We spent like a lot of time in there, just read through all of these bunch of reading stuff because there are all kinds of robots and robot development and stuff that they've tried to do. It was really interesting and really cool because I enjoy those type of things. These were all kinds of, this is a Lisp machine, which if you know what Lisp is, cool. If you don't, doesn't matter. These are early prototypes of movement where they tried to make robots move. These are with 1 legs. Later on, there was more. This is, well, you can see what he has, doesn't he? This was in order to try and simulate hands and all kinds of stuff like that. Try to understand movement at the ocean. That's a shark. That's a shark machine. That's super cool. And these are, again, a focus on the jumping thing. This is jumps on 1 leg. This also jumps on 1 leg. It's pretty cool. This is Kismet, where we move on to the area where they talked about trying to simulate the senses. In this case, Kismet can actually, the senses and interacting with people. Kismet, in case you're unfamiliar with it, there's a ton of info on him online, but he is capable of expressions and reading expressions and then giving back expressions, and it's really cool. There's a bunch more crap in there, but I just didn't make a picture of too many things because whatever, because you don't want to see a million. You want to go there yourself or something. I don't know. This was cool because it's bubbles. There were a ton of other things, and I was in there with Gregory, and he said he'll go back and take a ton of pictures and stuff because I suck at taking pictures and want to take video of some of the cool stuff. He probably didn't do that. I didn't check back with him, but he probably didn't do that, so we probably don't have much. But it was a really cool, MIT Museum was incredibly cool. It's a really cool place. If you're ever in Massachusetts, Well, if you're ever in Cambridge or Boston, you should check it out because it's really fucking cool. In the section of the gift shop. Gift shop, that's the name. In the gift shop, I found these. It made me laugh. The Manga Guide 2 stuff. And it actually, when you open it up, it actually has like stuff in it. It actually teaches you physics and calculus. I was like, really? People made those? That's so weird and awesome, I think. Yeah. So now we're not at the MIT Museum anymore. We're at the Game Lab. And as I was browsing through, I noticed that there is the Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, which made me laugh because it made me laugh. And there was an actual Xbox there. So this is like me saying, ho ho, boobies, and I can play it. And it's funny. I don't know, it was funnier when I took the picture. Shut up. Jiggle physics. Okay, yeah, about the Game Lab. I played games at the Game Lab. I played a lot of games at the Game Lab. I actually made a video about that, so if you care about the videos, the games that I played and me talking about most of those things, you can go check it out. But really, I just took this picture because holy shit, I finally get to do that. PlayStation 3, play Ico, play Shadow of the Colossus. And it was, I was waiting to do that for a long amount of time, so that was really cool. This is the workstation where I worked at. The laptop is mine. Everything else is, well, and the headphones are mine. These are the headphones that I use. Headphones. But yeah, all the other stuff were supplied to me by the wonderful people at the Game Lab and really, really helped because having two screens as a coder is very, very useful. Unity, very early prototyping, Skype, and Unity, and music, and Perforce, which is what we used for source control. Perforce instead of Git, because Perforce... Let's not get into it. I'll just get angry. It was terrible. But anyway, this is a workshop, and I took a picture of it because screw you, I did. That's a hawk. You actually visit... There are hawks all around, and you're actually going to see lots of pictures of like bunnies and squirrels and hawks and birds, because there are really cool birds and squirrels and bunnies, and I'm not used to that. And the reason that those things exist is because there's an ecosystem for them to exist, for squirrels and bunnies and hawks. The hawks can actually hunt squirrels, which is insane, because that's a pretty big bird and it's pretty powerful and stuff. The reason those things can exist is because there's not a single goddamn stray cat. We have so many stray cats here. There was not a single one. I did not see a single cat while I was in Cambridge at all whatsoever. So there were squirrels and bunnies and stuff, which is cool. Now we're starting the very much lots of comic book and geekdom stuff. And there are, oh my god, plenty of them. This is Kamikaze. We're actually like a good amount through, I don't know, it was like, where are we? Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. There's more. So this is Kamikaze. Action figures, unfocused action figures, more action figures. Holy crap, there's a lot of action figures. And those are all action figures. And action figures from every possible random thing that you could think of. There are also a lot of comic books, like so many comic books, unfocused comic books, and Kamikaze and all kinds of other crap. It was really a cool store. We spent like 2.5 hours in there. And they also had this, which I really, really enjoyed. They had a couple of them, but this was the what to read, the essentials. They also had like the Marvel, the DC, or just the X-Men, because there's so much. But this is the essentials as far as they're concerned, like the bestest of the best. You can see them for yourself. If you're a comic book person, you probably agree with most of them, or some of them, or you hate everything here because it's standard and normal. But yeah, these are really cool. I actually got this book, the last one, because X-Men are kind of my favorite, and I also always wanted it, so I actually got this book for myself, The Uncanny X-Men, The Dark Phoenix Saga. So yeah, it's really cool. I think it's cool. If you don't like bad stuff, then screw you. Xena Warrior Princess dolls, because yeah, dolls with huge emphasis on boobs from anime made me laugh. Buffy, because I know too many people, when I say people I mean women who like Buffy, so I said, hey, look, there's Buffy and Angel stuff, and they're probably going, if you're watching it right now, you're probably going, squee! Okay, I didn't buy any of it, I'm sorry. There are also a couple of other ones that are meant to make fandom people squee, which is funny. Star Wars, the Star Wars cabinet of all kinds of really random crap from Star Wars, such as this thing, which is completely out of focus, but look at this! What the hell? I mean, why are his hands and legs so big and his face so long? This is so low quality. It's terrible. It's like so weird. It's not low quality. It's just weird. What? In one hand, well, the one hand you know why, but it's weird. I took a picture of it. This is supposed to make you squee. Doctor Who and Serenity, Firefly. Yeah. Are you squeeing? You're probably squeeing if you like those things. Lots of Marvel, X-Men. This is like the X-Men, all of the X-Men, Infinite Marvel. And this also made me laugh. Star Wars, Goodnight Darth Vader, and Jedi Academy stuff that are just adorable. And the Goodnight Darth Vader, I almost bought that for a friend who likes Star Wars. It was just really cute. This is me with a Sonic hat. This is me with a Sonic hat with a body shot. And the reason I don't own that hat, because I totally would, is that it costs like $60. $60. It is hand knit, so the price point is probably not completely crazy, but I would not spend $60 on a hand knit Sonic hat. Yeah. So it's really good knitting as well. I had a designer with me who knows knitting and said, this is really good knitting. This is really good handiwork, so it totally makes sense for it to cost that much. Whatever. Concept work for our game. Our game doesn't actually look anything like these. Well, it does somewhat, but the main character does not look like this. This is still cool concept art, so I took a picture of it because, yeah. Squirrel! Oh my god! This is, yeah, there's a couple of these, and I'll just be yelling the name of the animal, of the unfocused animal, and keep going. There's a board game of Yom Kippur. It is a war in Israel, and it made me laugh. So that was in Israel, and the fact that there's a board game is weird. This is like just a pier that we passed through and was kind of pretty, and also kind of weird, the juxtaposition between, if you just look at the bottom half of the picture, kind of looks like a pier, serene area, nice, and then you look up and there's factories! A bunch of factories! And I'm not a picture-taking person, but I guess a picture-taking person might tell you that this is cool juxtaposition, or not just like... You know, I don't know, shut up. Okay, so other than that, we went to Bitfest. Now, Bitfest was remarkably cool. It was a brewery that has a bar of most of the stuff that they do in the brewery, and they brought a bunch of arcade machines and old TVs and old consoles so that everyone can play. It costs you $5 to get in, and everything is on free play, and it was immensely cool. And I had beer, and I played arcade games, and he took a bunch of pictures, and one of them is properly in focus, I think. So get ready to see that. This is the brewery, and these are, again, in a brewery, unfocused. I played Mortal Kombat 2 on the Sega Genesis, right? That's the Sega Genesis, right? Because the problem is there's Sega Genesis, and in Europe there was the Mega Drive. I actually own a Mega Drive. I own a Mega Drive with Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, I do. It works. It actually still works. I tried it like a couple months ago. But yeah, all kinds of stuff. It was really cool. Unfocused board game. Not board game. Why do I keep saying board games? Arcade games. And then there was a giant other room of just more arcade games. And I played pretty much most of them. It was super fun, super cool. And they were cool. So I said there's like 2 more pictures of food. This is the second one. This is in a place called Veggie Galaxy, which is a completely vegan place. Which means this cake is vegan, and it's chocolate and peanut butter. And I don't know if it looks delicious to you, but I really don't care because it looks delicious to me. And guess what? I ate it. It was delicious, and it was really awesome. So I took a picture of it because I don't know. I wanted to show that vegan stuff could also be delicious. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Okay, never mind. Anyway, I enjoyed this very much, so I ate it, and it was delicious. And I was just to tell you just a little bit more about Veggie Galaxy. It is an American diner. So, you know, giant portions, and everything is like full of calories and like insane, and you get cakes and shakes and everything, but everything is vegan. So it's kind of like heaven for me. I'm vegan, if you didn't understand that from what I said up to this point. It was really fucking cool. It was such an amazing place, and I ate there a bunch of times, and I love that. We have nothing like that here. But it was really fucking cool, so I ate there a lot. Anime store. This was in an anime store that I don't remember the name was because it was a small kind of store that we kind of happened upon and didn't specifically go to. So get prepared for a bunch of anime stuff. Yes. So this is from Kill la Kill, and it was a cool backpack, and I didn't buy it. I didn't buy actually anything. These are cups from all kinds of anime, which was cool. By the way, note how everything is so in focus. These are like posters. So this is Black Butler, and this is Assassination Classroom, and Inuyasha, and all kinds of stuff. And this is Code Geass. Is this actually in focus? Yeah, picture in focus. And these are all kinds of Ghibli stuff, which everything costs like so much, and they're so cool. This is Howl's Moving Castle. It cost $70, $69 for that. It's such a cool thing to have, but it's cost $69. I'm sorry, I didn't buy it, but it's really cool. And all kinds of Ghibli stuff, like this, for example, from Spirited Away. I love Studio Ghibli. Who doesn't love Studio Ghibli? But yeah, I didn't buy it. That's Takya Ghoul. I saw Tokyo Ghoul. It kind of sucks, but I liked it for some reason, and this was a bag of it. These are all Death Note stuff. They're having like little boxes of all kinds of stuff from that. So this is just Death Note stuff, completely in focus. Attack on Titan stuff, completely in focus. And this is another, and that's it. We're done with the anime store. This is Buddy Christ from Dogma, and it's awesome. I love Dogma. I love Kevin Smith. You know, loving Kevin Smith. I love the good stuff that he did, and all the crap that he did is funny for me. But yeah, I like Kevin Smith stuff, and Buddy Christ is awesome. I like Dogma. It's a movie. Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, or Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, wrote Good Omens, which I read. I actually have this book, but they had, in one of the stores, they had a book cabinet with both of these, and I never saw the other one, and I just thought this was really cool. This is the exact same book, and it's the exact same book with the same things, but this is, the names of the authors are reversed, and clearly you can see one is black, one is white, one is devil, one is angel. It's lovely, and I thought it was cool, so I took a picture of it. This is a wonderful, wonderful store in complete focus that is called the Million Year Picnic. It's a comic book store. It's called the Million Year Picnic. Don't ask me why. It is a little bit store. It's kind of in a, you go down to like a basement area, and it's in there. And most comic book stores, you could say that they are filled with 45% Marvel, 45% DC, and maybe 10% of alternative stuff. This is the store where the grand majority of stuff are completely alternative. It is also, if I remember correctly, it's like the oldest or second oldest comic book store in the entire area. It's run by a couple of lovely old people. They're really nice. And it was just really interesting to just go over all kinds of stuff that aren't Marvel and DC, and that I've never heard of, and are so weird. And some of them that I did hear of, such as Little Lulu, you can see right here, which started obviously as a comic book, but I had no idea until I saw this, because I saw the animated show as a kid, Lulu. And the fact that there's a comic of that, that's so cool, and there's so many of them, because it ran for a million years. And I never knew that. I never even knew that. It was really cool. And I also the Witcher comic book stores, because yes, and stuff in focus that are weird and cool. This is the really weird aisle. Some of them are R-rated and they're in focus. And this is the manga part of it, where there's all kinds of manga stuff that are relatively cool. I'm going to skip over this part because it's not that interesting, because we have a one with tons of manga later on. Battle Pug and I Was the Cat. They were in there was a section with all kinds of comic books about animals. It was weird. I enjoyed it. It was funny. So yeah, it was kind of like downstairs. This is from the street looking down. It's called the Million Year Picnic, and it's a really cool place, and I really enjoyed visiting that place. This is the City Hall, I think, of Cambridge. I took a picture of it. Anyway, this is another store where it was a store of actual games, with not comic books and stuff like that. And this is a picture mostly I took for my brother, because he used to love these things, and they're so weird and stuff. So I just wanted to take a picture to show him, and maybe say, cool, and that's about it. So, Rubik's Cubes, and Rubik's Cubes derivatives and stuff. I was in a store that's completely devoted to honey. I don't know. There's just pure honey. There's everything that is honey. There's bees. I don't know. And there was a really cute lady there that knew about honey way too much. She knew about bees and honey, and she actually just lectured me about that, and it was really interesting. I don't know. It was just interesting. And they have honey on tap. And bees, obviously, outside. But they have honey on tap. And she just let me taste all kinds of weird types of honey. And I actually bought honey for Mom. But yeah, it was like really weird and cool. And I actually enjoyed myself in the store. So this is a really stupid thing. This is 500 Boylston Street. If you watch Boston Legal is the outside building. Well, Boston Legal, so it's in Boston, clearly. So the outside building shots that you get are of this building. So I went there and took a picture. I don't know. I really like Boston Legal. It's one of my favorite shows. And I don't know. There was no point. I actually went there and click. What do I do now? And then I went back. I don't know. I said, I'm going to regret it if I don't do this really dumb thing that is completely meaningless. So I did it. Whatever. This is in Comicopia. So Comicopia is a really cool comic book store. It is the closest one to our dorms that I found out about last that exists at all, and also it has a huge section of manga, and we're gonna nerd out about manga now. I don't actually read that much manga. I don't enjoy that as much. I watch anime, but there was a bunch of manga here, and that's cool for me to see the manga about the anime, the manga that was the originator for the animes that I watch. It was cool. Also in this store, there were just two cool people the people that run the store. There's a bunch of them because it's a big store and a lot of but two of those people, I just ended up talking to them for like 2 hours. They were really nice. One of them knew a lot of anime, and the other one asked me we talked about computer games, and it was just fun to meet cool people. And this is a bunch of manga. And 5 centimeters per second, which is wow, that looks really trippy and weird. I haven't actually looked at her face. It's terrifying. But yeah, I love this movie. It's a movie. I love it, and I took a picture of it. That's my hand. Attack on Titan, it was cool. Barakamon is a cool anime that I watched. Bunny Drop is an anime that I love. Don't read the manga, just the anime. And the anime ends at a good place. Don't continue reading it afterwards. Weird stuff. Black Lagoon is really cool. This is Claymore, which I absolutely love. This is Evangelion, which is Evangelion. This is Oran Host Club, which is the only comedy show anime that I ever try to watch, and it's absolutely horrible. I don't like comic. I mean, people say it's good, but I don't enjoy comedy anime at all, and it's terrible, and I can't. Spice and Wolf, absolutely wonderful. Really enjoyed them. These are the novels. So there's manga, but the manga is based on the anime, and the anime is based on the novels. So these are novels, which means they actually have text in them, like just a bunch of text. It's like a book. And this is Trigun, which is really, really cool. And this is Yuri stuff, which made me laugh. And yeah, Yuri is in lesbian. And there was also, below it, there was a bunch of yaoi, which is gay. Like homosexual. Attack on Titan, Berserk. Hell yeah, Berserk. Gotta love Berserk. That's Berserk. That's Death Note. That is comic books of Charmed. I watched Charmed as a kid. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's just a TV show about witches. What? So I watched this as a kid, but I loved it as a kid. I watched it with my brother, and I don't know. It's really weird. This what? Okay, I'm sorry. Kingdom Hearts, really cool. Bunch of Naruto in focus. Bunch of stuff that's in Dragon Ball. Yeah, Dragon Ball in focus. This is one of the really cool stuff that they had in the store that I totally didn't buy, but probably should have. They have grab bags. They cost $7. They are worth way more, but because you have no idea what you're buying, and probably some of it is overstock and some of it is completely random, then it costs just $7. The thing is that there's 10 comic books, and they have a certain theme. In this case, it's boobs, blood, and gore, boobs, blood, and guts, whatever. Which is really cool, and it is 10 first issues. So you're getting 10 first issues. If you have no idea what you want, or if you're completely new to comic books, you can just get a grab bag. It doesn't cost too much money, and you get introduced to a bunch of stuff. You probably won't like all of it, because the point of it is to be really all kinds of stuff from all kinds of places. But it's just a really cool idea to just start people on, or even people who know what they're doing. They might have like a couple of these first issues anyways. It's still it's worth it, because it's not a lot of money, and you're gonna be opened to new stuff. A really cool idea that I really, really liked in terms of comic books, and so I took a picture of it. This is the Boston wallpaper that I took. I was actually going over, and there was like really nice kind of sunset where it was kind of, it was over the water, and it was actually looking towards Cambridge. This is actually Cambridge and not Boston. I wrote that wrong. But yeah, it was a really pretty picture, and it came out in focus, and it's pretty, and it's like a wallpaper. If you want this as a wallpaper for some reason, just let me know. Because all pictures are 1080, what my phone takes, which is 1080p. But it's nice. I don't know. I like it. Bunny! Okay. This is a bunny. Oh my god. Okay. Nature Box. So they brought us all kinds of snacks because we're working and they're nice. So, yeah. This is the most tastiest things I have. Oh my god. It's almonds, which I adore, and it's sweet blueberry almonds. So there's it's like they took blueberries, or blueberry flavor at least, and they ground it up to a powder, and then they powdered it over almonds. Oh my god, it's so good! I can't even, it's amazing. God, it's so good. Oh my god. I got nothing. That's the last picture of food that is completely in focus. These are pancakes with Taza chocolate. Taza is a Cambridge area chocolate they make there. And I didn't visit Taza's store, which is a mistake, but never mind. And around it is, when you could barely see because it's the same color and it's out of focus, is coconut whipped cream and pancakes. And I couldn't finish this because it was so filling and delicious and amazing. And oh my god, I enjoyed it so much. And it's vegan. It's Veggie Galaxy. Yeah. Better pictures of the mother frickin' Game Lab. Video games. Alphabetized. I played a lot of these. It was awesome. This is the game. This is where I played. This is currently Splatoon being played by another person who is not in the shot. And these are all the consoles that are there. This is the main breaker, which everything is connected to, and that connects to the TV. And these are just giant speakers. And there's a PlayStation 3, 2 Wii's for some reason. This is a Wii U that's currently turned on because the person is playing Splatoon. There's an Xbox. There's Xbox 360, Xbox, older consoles like Nintendo Wii's, Nintendo DS's, and there's a Vita. Well, there's a PSP. I didn't actually find a Vita. As you can see, there's a ton of Move controllers, tons of controllers from all kinds of consoles lying around. It's a game lab, people. It is awesome. And it also has a bunch of board games as well, and all kinds of weirder controllers at the top there, and it was really cool. This was me playing Ico, and Ico, in case you've never played it, it has a really weird thing where you randomly, inside a weird dungeon, there's a couch. And you sit on the couch in order to save. It was really odd. It was really out of place. It just made me feel like playing a video game. What the hell, why is there a couch there? It was so odd. So I took a picture of it. I've been walking through this main building for a very long amount of time, and every time I walked through it, this golden writing was on the wall, and every time I chuckled because it was Cockburn, and Cockburn is funny, is a funny surname, it's a funny family name, it's Cockburn, and it's his middle name, and it's even funnier. Why would you middle name your child Cockburn? I don't know, but it's amazing and ridiculous. But I never took a picture, and I went there a lot of time. I went through there a lot of time because it's on my way to the game lab. I didn't take a picture until I realized that his first name is Richard. And the short for Richard is not Rick like most people think. No, it is not. It is Dick. So essentially, Dick Cockburn. I'm a 4-year-old, but this is hilarious. I don't care. I took a picture of it. Dick Cockburn. Thank you very much. Art store. Giant art store. I don't go to art stores. I've never been to an art store. This is an art store. It has all kinds of artsy stuff, and it blew my mind the amount of stuff that are in here that are like art supplies and crap. It probably doesn't blow the mind of anyone else other than me, or, you know, any artists and stuff like that. But there's so many shades of things, and so many types of, like, brushes. There's so many brushes. Okay, I don't know. I took pictures of stuff. This is like a really cool alleyway with like street art and nice lighting, and it has like the top of it, which I didn't take a picture of for some reason, had like different colored panels, but there were so the light is all kinds of different colors, and there's like a bunch of plaques on the wall, and people paint over it, and there's all kinds of just random graffiti that kind of looks like crap and not really cool street art, but I took a picture of it anyways. Yeah, that was, I don't know. So this is again in the game lab. I found a Samurai Champloo game. I really like Samurai Champloo. It's a really good anime. A lot of people really like it. I don't know, it's a video game. I didn't play it, but it was weird. I took a picture of it. This is the only picture that I took, and this is of a TV, which is why you're seeing the blinds, and it's weird, of a game that I played from beginning to the first time you finished the game, and there's a ton more of content after that. But it's called Dragon's Crown. And I am in love with this game because it is a homage to a lot of stuff in the 80s and 90s that I absolutely love. And the art style is very unique. Some people say it's incredibly sexist, but it's sexist in both directions, not only towards women. So, you know, all the women have breasts that defy logic, but all the men have more muscles than I am capable of having on my body. So, yeah, everything is completely out of proportion and insane and crazy and lovely. And this was probably the picture that made me laugh the most because you get a fairy and a little fairy that follows you around, and it's not as annoying as Hey Listen, but hey, you get this fairy, and then when you go back to the tavern, she's just hanging out in this cup and doing like, and holding like a small little cherry because it's a fairy and she's in a thing. It's a tiny little fairy, and this is just an adorable picture. So I took a picture of it to remind me to talk about how much I enjoy Dragon's Crown. You should just check out the art of Dragon's Crown, even if you don't own any PlayStation 3 or PSP Vita, which are the only things you could play this on for some goddamn fucking reason. But yeah. Wonderful art, like amazing art, so I really like it. One of my female friends, a certain female lady, decided that she can order stuff, and then there's stuff, and then I have to take them back. And she had the nerve to tell me that I can't even unbox these goddamn things because half of the fun is unboxing. And I could barely put this in. My suitcase was so full, and I just shoved them in. And they did both make it in the goddamn box, but it was kind of squishy. She got a giant kangaroo. It's like the size of my pillow. Kangaroo stuffed animal. I didn't have room for this. I took a picture of it because whatever. Bird, and it was walking around. It was really close to me, and still the picture was completely out of focus. But she was walking around. I was just like looking at it, and she didn't give a crap about me. And she walked around, and she actually just like in this patch, and she just like walked around, like put her beak inside and just picked out a worm and ate it. And it was so cool. And I just looked at her for like 10 minutes, and I took a picture of it. Yeah, now we're entering pictures of me with other people. So I went to the MIT Strategic Game Society. What that means is the MIT board game people. And I played board games with these guys. They have a wall of board games. They were absolutely wonderful. They hosted me so lovely. I am immensely thankful to these guys. And one more dude, well, everyone who was there, but one more guy who also welcomed me, but wasn't exactly at the last time that I was there, that I want to take a picture at, which is sad, but whatever. And I played a bunch of board games with them, and I've never had friends that play board games, so I never really played a lot of board games, and I love board games, and they introduced me to a bunch of stuff, and it was absolutely a pleasure, and I'm really, really happy I met them, and they were awesome. And I told them that, yeah, we can't make a normal picture because we have to have a really stupid picture, so we took a really stupid picture where they're acting like idiots, and so am I, which is good. And yeah, there was board games behind them. Awesome. So now we're going over the team. So this is the team. I'm not going to talk about the team too much because I don't know if the team wants me to show the fact that we're a team. But Gregory took a dumb selfie, and I was an idiot, so whatever. Also, this is the team, the ending of the team, just, we took a team picture. And yeah, this is close to the end. We took a team picture because we took a team picture. And we're actually, the scrum board is behind us, and these are all the cards that we actually finished. The cards that were in the done pile at the end, so we just held all of them up. I'm not going to talk about them too much, but yeah, wonderful team. I enjoyed it a lot. I did code and whatever. I'm not going to sell the roles, but anyway, MIT student Gregory, me. This is Randy, the MIT student. She did code as well. This is Einat. She came with us from Israel, and she is an animator and did all the art for the game. And this is Philip, which was our product owner and gave us guidance. He's absolutely wonderful. He was from the game lab. And he was amazingly awesome, and I'm incredibly thankful for him and the team. We made an awesome game that I'm really proud of, and I didn't think we'd be proud of the game at the end, but I really am. I really like it, and hopefully you'll be able to play it. And yeah, that's it. Comic-Con. Just stuff from Comic-Con. The last day, I spent the entire day, well, the grand majority of the day at Comic-Con. There was Boston Comic-Con. It was Saturday, it was the 31st of July. I just spent the day at Comic-Con with Jamie. Jamie is a sound designer that I met during my stay at Cambridge. She's a sound designer that she was working with Girls Make Games, and she came over to play test our games with Girls Make Games. And I started talking to her through that, and she also did the sound for our game and all the other games at the workshop. And she's just a really nice lady, and she's a great friend at this point. She's a great friend after we got to know each other and we talked and stuff. And she spent the day with me at Comic-Con. And later on, she took me to a couple of cool places at Harvard Square and around Harvard. So that's what you're going to see in this last day of pictures. So yeah, basically pictures from Comic-Con, which is art that people do. This is really ridiculously cool, kind of out of focus. Ridiculously cool art that people do. Most of this fan art, you could buy these things for like $10, $15. I'm not going to talk about most of these things. If you recognize them, that's cool. If you don't, that's okay. If they're out of focus, they're out of focus. But yeah, Shovel Knight and Journey and Korra, Legend of Korra, and this is Splatoon. People actually make stuff of Splatoon. And this is just to show you the venue and the size of the place, which I took a couple pictures of. Just like, look, it's a big warehouse with tons of people in it. And I didn't take a single picture of people in cosplay, and I have friends that will murder me because it was Comic-Con and didn't take pictures of cosplay, but I don't give a shit, so don't care, whatever. And this is old stuff, and yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which is so cool for the Sega Genesis, and old consoles, and old games, and NES cartridges and stuff, and tons of posters, even a poster of Dota 2 for some goddamn reason. And these are really, really specially made, really unique posters of Ghibli stuff. So this is Keiki Delivery Service, Totoro, Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, and there were a couple of other ones that I didn't take pictures of. These are the same things that she got for herself. And then we left Comic-Con eventually, and these are just bricks. Lego, I don't know, it's Lego in the middle of nowhere. Boston Tea Party, if you know the story, if you don't, you could look it up. It's not very interesting, but yeah, we were there, so I took a picture of it. This is Harvard, and it's just a really pretty place. And also, this is Jamie, and she took me to this, it's a place in Harvard that has dorms between them, and you could just go, and there was like no one there except for a couple of people walking their dog, and it was just really nice, and we sat there drinking tea. You can see that this is where we sat. This is where we sat. And we just sat there drinking tea and talking. And it was really nice. This is Jamie. This is my unshaved face taking a horrible selfie. It was really up close. And this is another part of the courtyard that was really cool. So I took an unfocused picture of it. Because yes. And this is the last place that Jamie took me before we parted ways forever. Not forever. Probably see her maybe. But she's over there and I'm over here and it's far away. These are soap. These are all soap. This is also soap. It looks like candy. You want to eat it, and it smells really good, but it's all soap. I don't know. It's just a soap store, and she took me to the soap store, and everything cost like a bunch, so I didn't actually buy anything. But your nose, your nose stops working very quickly because there's so much to smell, and your nose just doesn't work anymore. And this is the last picture of our team. Yes. So it took 46 minutes. You didn't have to watch all of it. You didn't. That is my story of me going through the entirety of MIT. And that's it. I'm done. I'm not going to do any more things about MIT. The last things I'm going to do is just show you the game. Not now. I'll make separate videos for that. But that was the entirety of the pictures that I took during the trip. I made a video of it because I wanted to share all of that. And also, if anyone asks me, I could just give them this. I'll probably have to show it to some friends and family in person, go over all of it again. But for the grand majority of people, all these pictures will go on my Facebook page, Facebook/Seriously Games, whatever. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to actually have someone to go through them instead of just looking at them for yourself and saying, huh, nice. It takes a lot longer though, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Thank you so much for watching if you actually stayed all the way through. Hope you enjoyed my trip, I guess, to Cambridge, to MIT. I certainly did. And videos of the game and stuff will go up as soon as I know that I can do that properly. And then pick some TI videos probably in the next couple of days. And then next week, back to normal stuff and Star Control as well. And everything normally that I do. And goodbye. Thanks for watching.